Hello again, John with you, and it's time now to get started on the Tiger One from TAMIYA. It's the Tiger One late version, and it comes with the Ace Commander and Crew set. Just a little bit extra. And I was just looking through model hobbies and e-models there. You can buy this kit, the original kit, right? It's the Tiger One late. There's no difference between that and this box. It's the exact same kit, without the crew set, and it's actually about 2 or 3 quid dearer without the crew set than it is with the crew set. Makes no sense. But anyway, it's the exact same kit. There's no difference. It is this exact same kit. These are the instructions, the whole lot. Everything is the exact same. So anyway, let's get down to this one. Forget about that. We're going to start off with step 1. So I'm going to bring down the camera down to the bench. We'll have a look at what step 1 is. We'll talk about it. Then I'll get it done, and then we'll show it. Okay. So bear with me. We're going down to the bench. Okay, so there we go. We're here. We are. There's the instructions. There's step 1. It's kind of in 2 parts, right? And in step 1, we're fitting the suspension arms, the holder there for the return roller, okay, and the back plate. That's in the first section of this, right? Onto the lower hull. If you look at the suspension arms, they're handy. You've got an extra little piece here that puts that into an extra little hole there, which keeps it all in place, which is very, very handy, because the amount of times where it gives you a thing, the same idea, without the little hole, but just an extra little nub, you know what I'm talking about, extra little bit of plastic kind of out here, and the amount of times that will move, because it's just so soft. When the glue hits it, it kind of loosens it, and you end up with one slightly out of kilter. And then when you go putting the wheels on the tracks on, you've got, it's not straight, it's not level at all. So that's handy that it's got the little holder, extra nub there to keep them nice and straight. Okay, I suppose if you try to make it a workable suspension, I don't think you can with this one, but if you could figure out some way of doing it, you'd have to kind of knock off those little nubs so that's movable. So I suppose you could do it if you wanted to have it kind of, if you're good enough to have it, you know, laid over something. You know, if you wanted to have it gone up over rocks or whatever, and have the wheels in the centre up or something, you could do it with that by taking out the little nub and working away. The second part of step 1 is we're putting on the inner set of wheels. Okay, the inner 8 wheels is 4 either side. Now I'm going to put them on, but I'm not going to glue them into place. Okay, I'm going to paint them all separately, but I'm going to fit them. Right. We've also got the drive sprocket section there that's got to go on, and the 2 front I suppose bolt panels there for the side of that, just to kind of make it look like that whole section here is removable, which it is in the real thing. Is the whole section is you know, bolted, you bolt it on and bolt it off to remove the drive sprockets. But in this you've got 2 little panels, little blanking pieces to cover over the flat section there, and it's got some nice little bit of detail on them. So we're going to get them done. Okay, it shouldn't take me that long. There's the suspension arms, the holders for the idler wheel, I call it return rollers. I always get them pretty well mixed up. Not actually mixed up in reality, but in the names of them, right? And the back plate, and then fit on the 4 wheels, the 2 drive sprockets and the 2 little covering pieces. I'll get them done. Then we're going to have a look at it and talk about if there's any problems or come across any fit issues or anything like that. Being a TAMIYA, I'm not expecting to have any. So let's get on with that. Now step 1 is now done, and I had no fit issues, no problems whatsoever. Now it is telling you here, okay, the Zimmerit coating is applied to the shaded areas, right? So here and this section here at the back. Okay, I'm not going to do the Zimmerit coating until much later. I knew those wheels are going to fall off because they're only just placed on. So they're wheels anyway, they're done. There's the suspension, that's all in place, and that's that back panel, that's on as well. Okay, that all fitted lovely, absolutely gorgeous. Just a small bit of sanding off any bits of excess glue. Trimming up with a nice bit of glue in there, and then just sort of kept everything in there, squeezed it all in really tight. And as you know yourself, what happens is you end up with a little kind of a bead of glue sticking out. Leave it there, leave that dry, and then you can sand it off or scrape it off with a knife. You get a nice finish then with that. I do kind of want to check out to see, will I do the Zimmerit sections here at this stage? You know, would it be awkward not to do them, or would it be better just to sort of do the Zimmerit right at the end? So I'll have to kind of think about that one. Further thought is needed. Further thought is definitely needed on that. But I don't have to worry about it yet because I'm not really onto any sections there like that yet that have to that are going to impede on what I'm about to do there. Okay, so there's my first set of wheels up. So now what I gotta get done. Step 2, yes. The dreaded wheels. I have to make 8 sets of these. That's 2 wheels there. Make 2 sets of these and 2 sets of these. Okay, with drive sprockets in our main road wheels and our idler wheel. Okay. Then in step 3 we're going to get those fitted, and the outside wheels then, B3, they'd be the outside wheels. Just you know, the way the old Tiger wheels go, they're kind of interwoven, and it says to fit them then at this stage. Okay, like I said, I'm not going to glue the wheels in place, not yet anyway, you know. I might get all this, you know, the undercarriage painted and things like that, and then I can glue the wheels into place and then worry about the rest of it. We'll see, because I want to, I mean, this is going to take me you know, to get all these all done right and sanded and everything. It's going to probably take me an evening. And then during the day then I can check out further on whether I need to do the Zimmerit at this stage. You know, what like basically just reading the instructions, simple as that. Flicking through the instructions, seeing what I got to do. So far I'm thinking I can use the Zimmerit to the end, really, to be honest with you. That I can. Like I said, I've never done Zimmerit before, and I don't want to go, you know, messing up things either. I want to do it, and if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right. So I'm going to check it out. I'm going to check out whether to put the Zimmerit on now or whether to put the Zimmerit on later. But in the meantime, anyway, I've got all these wheels to get cut off the sprue, cleaned up, and these ones here joined together. So I'm going to get that done, and like I said, in the meantime, decide what I'm going to do about the old Zimmerit. Okay, so back in a few. Right, lads, I'm after getting step 2, 3 and some of 4 done. Okay, excuse Abby shouting in the background there. After getting all the wheels together, the wheat parts that needed 2 sections, and I'm after fitting the wheels. I'm after fitting all the wheels bar the drive sprockets. Drive sprockets, when you're doing the Indie Link tracks, it's easier not to have the drive sprockets actually glued in place, so you can kind of sit them in properly. If anybody's ever done it, they know what I'm talking about. With part 4, now I'm after fitting that piece here, okay, the starter section. That yoke there is the starter, and I'm after making up the 2 exhausts, but I'm not fitting them yet, because I am going to do the Zimmerit on the sides and the back. Let me show you that section now at this point, right? Now the Zimmerit will be going up here, okay, won't be going in the bottom section, but there'll be parts of Zim to go on the back as well, and it's easier to get to those pieces if I don't go fitting the exhausts. Wheels are all in place, and the reason I glued them in place really is the fact that if I bring the light in and show you, I can get in there with an airbrush. Do you know what I mean? It's not a case that that you have to paint rubbers on the wheels, so I can get in there, and anything that's going to be seen, I can get it painted. Anything that I can't see that doesn't get painted, it's not needed because it can't be seen. So I have the wheels all fitted, okay, so I'm happy with that. There's the wheels all nicely fitted, glued in place, okay. So because I'm going to do the Zim as I move on, in each section that needs to get the Zimmerit coating done, I'll do it as I come to it, but I haven't got the stuff yet. Last night I watched a couple of videos and things on different methods of doing the Zimmerit, and I decided to go with the no more nails one. My original plan, so I should have went off last week and bought the no more nails, but I didn't get it. I'll pick it up tomorrow. So I had to get some more no more nails to do the Zimmerit, so I'm going to leave anything that where the Zimmerit is going to go. I'm just kind of going to avoid that area. So the next step will be step 5, which is all putting stuff in the back, so I'm going to have to kind of skip that for a little while until I got the Zimmerit coating done in the back of that. Then I can add the bits and pieces onto it. So I'm going to work on the upper hull, okay, the deck. I'm going to fit the glacis plate there with the driver's section, okay, I'm going to get them fitted, and the machine guns and the holders there for the drivers and the hull gunner, machine gunner's hatch. I'm going to get them all fitted into place and get them glued into place as well. I can go on then, I can do step 7 as well. I can get the this engine cover section, it goes back here. I can get that all made up. It's just 2 handles, little cover piece, okay, and then we've got the 2 hatches, the drivers and the hull gunner's hatch. So I can get them done anyway, so I get them done, we'll have a look at them and we'll see what that looks like when that's done, okay. Right, okay, we're after getting this bit done here, okay, step 6, and we're after doing step 7 as well. Step 6, I'm after putting on the front little glacis plate there, a little cover, a little deflective piece there for the front of the driver's vision block. It's just the thing just to sort of deflect rounds off. That's got to be Zimmerit coated, the front, that whole piece there, and the front section of that has to be Zimmerit coated as well. Now I did say that I was going to go off and get the no more nails today, but unfortunately I didn't get the time to, so I'll have to pick it up tomorrow. So but I can still carry on, I can still get some bits and pieces done, okay. Got the hull machine gun fitted, and I'm going to have the hatches, the driver and the hull machine gunner's hatches open so I had to remove a little piece here and here, and then fit these two pieces there. They're fitted. Also, I'm after making up this little engine cover there, and the two hatches for the driver and the whole machine gunner. Okay, we'll have a quick look at them. Now, if we can see, so I can get a bit more light over there. There we go. Right, the machine gun is fitted in, and as we can see, it is movable. Okay. So there's our whole machine gun fitted. It's quite easy. It was just a simple little attachment in here. Very easy done. No problems. That thing fitted on. The front little glacis plate fitted on perfectly, as did the little covers. And I've got my parts then in here, my little extra parts. There's a piece I forgot to show you the last time. That's the exhaust. Okay, I have two of them. Right, we've got our drive sprockets. There's that engine cover. Okay, we've got two handles with a cover piece and another circular cover piece. And now we've got our hatches. Okay, there was a handle there and the vision block, and then a cover protecting the vision block. Then that had to go on. So that was all had to go on to them. Just a couple of little pieces. They're all done. That's grand. So there's my little my add-on pieces. Like I said, I'm not going to add anything on in any area that's going to kind of impede putting on the Zimmerit. But I can get loads done in between. Okay, so just by skipping a couple of stages, going back to them then once the Zimmerit is done, so that's not really a problem. Right, next step is step 8, and again it won't affect the Zimmerit. Okay, the C2 piece here is in the front, so I won't go fitting that until the Zimmerit's done, just in case it gets in my way when I'm doing the Zimmerit. But all the pieces that go on top, they can all be fitted without any problem. You got to fit that engine cover. We've got the two tow ropes to be fitted. We've tanker's bar, the tow eye, and the block there for the jack base block. And then we got the tools. I can fit the tools as well. I won't fit the hatches. Roar away there, Abigail. I'm only doing a video. It is okay, love. Okay, so I won't be fitting the hatches because I don't want them to be, they're liable to sort of break off, especially when I'm playing around with this, putting on the Zimmerit and things like that. So I'll leave the hatches off for a little while until I have the two pieces married together. Then I'll do that at a later stage. Plus I won't be putting the pieces on together. I won't be adding that to that. Because for getting into the Zimmerit, it's easier if I can get my hand into it like that and hold it when I'm doing the Zim, you know, the downslide, over downslide. So same here at the back, this pieces to go to the back. I won't do that until I've got the Zimmerit coating done. Same here, this front. It's easier to do it that I can hold it like that rather than trying to hold it as a full piece. If you get my drift, you know. Not that it's undoable that way. It's just a little bit more awkward. So I won't have that piece in yet. So I'll do all this here, section 8. Get all the little bits and pieces on, because they won't get in my way of the Zimmerit. I won't fit like I said, I won't fit the holder for the light, and I won't fit the light. Purely because I don't want to go knocking it off and then have to freaking refix it. And you know yourself, when you go refixing things, sometimes they can get a bit damaged and bent out of shape. So I'll leave them off until I have the Zimmerit done. So I'm going to get all those little bits and pieces added, minus the hatch covers, we'll have a look at that then. Let's see what that looks like when that's done. Right, now I know I'm a bit close to the camera, but I'm going to turn it around. We go down to the bench in a second. I'm after getting the no more nails, but I'm not after getting no more nails, should I say. I'm after getting this stuff. Hard as nails. Now, I went down to my local hardware store, and they had no more nails. They had it there, and it was €10.95 for the same size as this, basically. Same amount, same quantity. And next door to that is a, what do you call it, Euro shop, a pound shop. We used to call them pound shops, but once they went to euros, they're Euro stores. Okay, and for €1.50 I got this stuff, and I said, I'll give this stuff a go first, but if this works and it's the same, come up with the same effect as the $10.95 stuff, save myself a fortune there, aren't I? And if it doesn't work, I'll use that around the house anyway, so it's not gone to waste. So I'm going to use the hard as nails. You get it in pound shops or Euro stores. My Zimmerit tools from TAMIYA, Zimmerit Coating applicators. Okay, there you go. That's the Zimmerit Coating applicators. And I've got a bit of little bit of plastic card. I'm going to test it on this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it, see what it looks like, and I'm going to leave it dry, and then we'll have a look at it then when it's dry and see, you know, will we go ahead with that, or will we spend the $10.95 and get the no more nails. So I'm just going to squeak the old camera down here to the bench. Okay, there we go. Now you can see what I'm doing. Alright, there we go. Right, now the Zimmerit applicators come in two sizes, the 0.5 and the 0.7. Okay, they're clearly marked on it. If I can get it up to you there, you'll be able to see that. 0.5, 0.7. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to smear two lines of it. Okay, I'm going to mark one with the 0.5 and one with the 0.7. So what I do is I'll use a bit of this, put it across the center. There we go. Just a bit of just to separate the lines between the two. Okay, on the top of the 5 and the bottom of the 7. Now, when I looked at this stuff inside in the shop, okay, it's a white powder, or white kind of semi-chalky type stuff, which is basically what it looked like. I mean, I've never seen the no more nails, but it basically looks the same as what I've seen on videos of watching on the Zimmerit. So what the people have done is nice and thick, but not too thick. Okay, and give it a little line of this stuff down here, and the same up here. Okay, not worried about that. I'll clean all that off now in a second, all the excess. Everything else you don't know how much you need until you've done it before. The next time I go to actually use it, now I know I need only just the tiniest little bit of it. I won't need as much as that. Okay. So, a little bit of tissue. Let me clean that off. Now, we'll start off. We'll do the 5 first. Okay. We'll go downwards. We'll go down. So it's place the tool in, down, over, down, back, down, over, down, back, down, over, down, back, down, over, down, back, down, over, down, back. Clean off tool. I know it's not the neatest, but it's not on the model, so I'm not really worried too much about it. But there's the 0.5. Now we go for the 0.7. And I know I'm making it even sort of wider and bigger than it's going to be in the kit, but this is a test just to see how this stuff, will this stuff do the job, you know. It's not a case of practice or anything like that. It's a case of, is it fit for purpose? Will it do what I want it to do? Will it make the Zimmerit lines for me? No, I'll go get them cleaned off now in a second. But it is messy. It's messy. You don't need as much as I put on, but I didn't know that, so you know, like everything else, everything is a learning curve. Everything is a learning curve. Now, let's have a look at that now. Okay. There's our Zimmerit markings. Now, you can make it out. The lines are all there. There we go, it's a bit better there. So, it does that bit of it. Alright. Oh, I'm not worried too much about areas like this where it's sticking up. It's not affecting. I mean, you wouldn't do that on the actual model, but for the test piece, this is the bits that I'm interested in. Okay, sorry. These are the bits I'm interested in. The lines, will they hold their shape when it dries? So I'm going to leave that up and leave it dry. Now, it is now, what, 3:30 in the afternoon. I'll give that till about 8:30 this evening. So that'll give it what? That'll give it 5 hours. Now, I don't know what it says on the thing. How long does it say it takes to dry? Instant grab, high strength adhesive, fixing skirting boards, dado rails, model Zimmerit. The adhesive dries in 24 to 48 hours in dry, warm conditions, so it might take longer than the old 5 hours, but we'll see what it looks like this evening at 8:30. We'll see what it looks like at that stage. Hopefully it will do the job, and I've saved myself a few bob. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so we'll leave it at that. We'll come back at 8:30 and we'll have a look at it. Okay, so again, there's our little test piece, and we'll see what that looks like in a couple of hours time. Right, okay, so it's had 5 hours. Okay, it's had 5 hours drying time. So, even though it's not fully dry, you can feel it here with the bits that are sticking out. They're kind of feels a bit, you know, rubbery. But yeah, it's not fully gone hard, but it's dry. You can feel the grooves in it. If I bring this up close enough to the microphone, you'll see that the grooves are there. They're definitely there. It's held its grooves. I'm here with a point. Like I said, as you can see, it's not fully dry. Go over it lightly. It makes the noise. Still susceptible to marking though. Okay. So I think I would have to leave it a bit longer because it's still kind of, like I said, still susceptible to a bit of damage. That's the 0.7, this is the 0.5. Same idea again. Yeah, it is susceptible to damage. So we're going to give it the overnight to dry. Okay, so it's going to have, say, around the 24-hour mark to dry. And then we'll see what it looks like then at that stage. Okay, so I'm going to leave that dry for another bit, another overnight. Well, not another bit. I give it an overnight to dry. I mean, it's only had 5 hours. It does say on the packet it takes 24 to 48 hours to dry. So, you know, it hasn't failed the test yet. And from looking at it, you know, here, you know, it is there. You know, it is keeping the lines there. Like I said, we give it another bit of time and see how that turns out. Tomorrow we'll have a look at it tomorrow. We'll see then. Okay, which is grand because I won't be modelling this evening. A few other bits and pieces to do. It's a Friday, stuff to do. But I can leave this piece overnight to dry. Now here's our where I've marked them. Okay, I've given them the marks. I mean, this thing kind of bites in if you put a bit of pressure on it. So we'll see what it's like tomorrow. After, you know, about 3 o'clock tomorrow, it'll have 24 hours, and we'll see, does it mark as easy. If it does mark as easy and it stays nice and hard, then we've got a fully successful test, and we've saved ourselves a bit of money by getting, say, the generic hard as nails as opposed to the no more nails, you know, the pound shop equivalent. You know, it looks the same. It really does. I don't know what the drying time is on the no more nails, but then if this does the job, then yippee. You know, I mean, we leave paint to dry for 24 hours before we do anything to it. You know, before you go putting weathering on, you leave glass coats dry for 24 to 36 hours before you go put weathering in them and stuff. So if you've got to wait 24 hours for your Zimmerit to dry, then, you know, who cares? You know, it's not exactly, we're not in a rush. We're not in any rush. So here's our tiger so far. Like I said, we've got all our little bits and pieces added to it. Okay, we've got the tow rope, the little whatever they are, they're on it anyway. We've got the sort of fire extinguisher there, and we've got our tools all added onto it. You know, the sledgehammer, pickaxe, shovel, tanker's bar, and wire cutters, and the block then for the jack block. And like I said, hopefully if this thing all works out well, and the Zimmerit and my hard as nails test piece comes back good enough, we're going to stick some Zimmerit on the sides, the back, front glacis plate here, down the front here, and down here. Oh sure, there was I. On the front glacis plate here, down here on the bottom section, on the back and on the sides. Okay, I was sort of doing it off camera, saying up here, there and everywhere else, but then I looked up and realised I wasn't actually on camera for that bit. But so far so good, everything is working out grand. I love tigers, I really do. There's just something awesome about them, they really are. You know, no wonder they kind of put fear into the heart of American and British tankers during the war. They were frightened the bejesus out of them, shall we say. It surely did. So I'm going to come back tomorrow. I'm going to give that the 24 hours to dry. We'll see, does it mark as easy, and the test should be kind of done at that stage. And if the test is successful, we'll go ahead and we'll use the to mask off the areas that Zimmerit isn't going to go on, and then apply our hard as nails, and use the judge them by the depth of these things. You know, on a card like that, when you're not actually judging, the 0.7 looks good, but when you actually go up to the vehicle itself, I think the 0.5 is actually a better one to use for the Tiger. So like I said, I'm going to leave that overnight. Oh, excuse me, and we'll see how that works out. Now we're back, and I'm after giving it well over the 24 hours. It's now what? It's 8 o'clock the following evening. So it's had well over the 24 hours, or nearly 30 hours of drying. Now I can still kind of mark it, but I can see that happening anyway, if you know what I mean. Even if it was gone hard, but look at it. Once you mark it and give it a quick rub, it kind of disappears anyway. So as far as the test goes, I mean, I have to dig into it. You mean, and digging in with this thing, I'm scraping into styrene anyway, you know. So as far as the test goes, am I happy with it? Yep. Is it a successful test? Yep. Light isn't helping there, right? As you see, yeah, it will still mark, okay, but I'm digging in. I'm using a fair bit of pressure on this to get it. But if I use no pressure whatsoever, you know, it's nice and deep. There's the 0.7, here's the 0.5. Okay. Like, you know, that's just on a styrene with paint. So if you're going to go to that extent of it anyway, which you won't do with your model. I mean, if I went to that one of my models with that, one of my painted ones, I'd scrape in just as much and as easy, you know, with that than I will on the Zimmerit. So I'm happy with that, and I'm going to go ahead with the Zimmerit application using my hard as nails 151 solvent, high powered adhesive. And like I said, the No More Nails was over 10 euro, whereas this was only €1.50 for the same amount. So to me, that's a no-brainer. It will work, it'll do the job, it'll do the exact same job. Will the No More Nails go a bit harder? Probably will, but like I said, I mean, you're not going to go deep scraping into your kit and your model anyway. You know, it's only going to get a bit of gentle handling, and as far as gentle handling goes, that's quite solid. I can feel the indents in there quite easy. Okay, so another final look at that. I'm happy with that. So with my TAMIYA Zimmerit Coating tools and my hard as nails, I'm going to get stuck in, and I'm going to get the Zimmerit coating done now on this. Now it gives a couple of lines here that I got to mask off. Okay, you can just about make it out there, can you? You can see the faint line across there. So I got to mask off that line there, and above it will be Zimmerit. On the back then as well, it needs a bit of masking, and Zimmerit applicating then in certain little areas. In front here, best all to get Zimmerit coated, and we come to the top piece, we've got the front there to be Zimmerit coated, and we've got the center section there. That's all got to be Zimmerit coated. So I'm going to get that done, and then we'll have a look at it when it's all done and dry. Okay, so it's going to take me about a day or two to get it all sorted, but we'll have a look at it and see what it looks like. Okay, so I'm going to finish this video at that, so you'll get a chance to comment on it, and don't forget, do stick in your comments, tell me what you think about this hard as nail stuff, or have you heard of it before. You know, like I said, you mean the No More Nails is sort of the expensive version of this. This is the generic version, I suppose you'd call it, if it was you know, for medications and things. They give, you know, you go to the chemist lately and they'll give you they try and sell you the generic one, which is basically the same thing, it's just not brand named. And this is the same idea again. This is sort of rip off of No More Nails. It's hard as nails, you buy it in the pound shop and it does the exact same thing. So like I said, I'm going to leave the video at that. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, but most of all, comment. Let us know what you think of the No More Nails idea. So that's it for build update 1. We'll see you on build update 2. Don't forget to stay tuned to the channel for that. Hit the bell. There's a little bell symbol up there somewhere. Hit that little bell, and that'll kind of remind you when the next one is on. So until then, lads, stay safe, enjoy your modelling. Don't forget, go out and buy yourself a kit, build it and enjoy it. This is John signing off and saying I will catch you on the next one.